What would it look like if the Pac-12 used a double elimination tournament to select a 2026 conference champion? Today's matchup will be an elimination game, as both teams lost their round 1 matchups. If you've missed any games in the series up to this point, you can find the full tournament playlist linked here. Our hosts for today's game are the Fresno State Bulldogs, who lost their first round matchup in an upset to the Oregon State Beavers. Today they will be hosting the Utah State Aggies out of Logan, Utah, who fell in their first matchup to San Diego State. And join us next Thursday as we'll return to the winner's side of the bracket, with Texas State at Boise State, followed by Oregon State at San Diego State. But that's going to do it all for our pregame show. With that, we will send it down to the field for what will be one of these teams' final game of the tournament in our second elimination game. Utah State's Carter Brown has this one set for kickoff, and we are underway in our second elimination game of the tournament. The return man will be tackled at the 19-yard line, and this will be our first chance to see the Fresno State offense led out to the field by quarterback E.J. Warner. And along with Warner in the backfield will be running back Bryson Donaldson, who, despite their loss, was a major part of the offense in their first matchup. But on their first play of this drive, Warner gets this ball out quick to his favorite target, Jordan Mala'alu at wide receiver. But this one will go for no gain, and that brings up a 2nd and 10 here for the Bulldogs. On the first third down of the game, Utah State will bring pressure, but it does not get to the quarterback. And Warner will find his receiver open here for the first down. And Warner will find Mala'alu again underneath, and this one goes for a first down. It looked like the running back had a lot more space to run on this one, but Donaldson will be yanked down by the linebacker for no gain. But again, Warner will find Mala'alu open underneath, and he will run this one for another Fresno State first down. Fresno State remains committed to the ground game here, this time with a run by Elijah Gilliam, but it will be tackled short of the line to gain and bring up a third down. Now on third down, Warner keeps it here on the option and will be tackled short, and we will see the Fresno State kicking unit. And after a long and methodical opening drive, our score now is Fresno State 3, Utah State 0, with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Jacobs will call for the fair catch, and we will get to see the Utah State offense. And they'll be led out to the field by quarterback Bryson Barnes and Carolina Panthers rookie Miles Davis. And on the first play of the drive, the handoff will go to Davis, and with some good blocking, he'll pick up about 7 here on the first play. And they'll keep it on the ground here again with Davis, who will pick up the first down at about 10 yards. Barnes completes his first pass out to his tight end on the right, and we'll have just enough time for one more play here at the end of the first period. Ooh, Mega Man miss, but that tackle will bring us to the end of the first quarter here, and we are through one here in Fresno, California in our second elimination game of the tournament. And our score is Fresno State 3, Utah State 0. And we are back from the break as Utah State's offense takes the field here again to start the second quarter. And Barnes will motion the man, and he gets this one out with pressure in his face to his tight end. He brings it down. And that catch will give the Aggies a 2nd and inches on the opposite side of the field. They will hand this one off to Miles, and he'll cut it back and cut it through traffic and finds open space and takes one down almost to the 25-yard line. But just outside the red zone, Barnes is going to throw this one short of all that beautiful green grass behind the defenders, and this one will be picked off and returned to the 50-yard line by Fresno State. The pressure breaks through, and he's sacked. And that'll be Gabriel Ninguez with the sack here as he fights his way through a double team. And that'll be a loss of 10 for Fresno State, and they'll be looking at a 2nd and 20 here. After that catch and run, the Bulldogs are looking at another 3rd and 6. And Warner's going to deliver the ball in the seam, but this one is not brought down as the defender gets there to break it up. And the Bulldogs will bring out the punter here on 4th down, and they will kick this one back to Utah State. Barnes takes the snap here. He's looking for his tight end over the middle, but the pressure gets to him just too quickly, and he can't deliver a clean ball. They'll bring it a 3rd and 2. The Aggies come to the line here on 2nd and 12. They've got 3 receivers to the right. And Barnes will take a shot here. And he's got a man deep to the right behind the defender, and he'll be brought down at the 30-yard line. What a huge catch for the Utah State Aggies here, and that is Thompson Jr. on the catch. And after that 50-yard pickup, the Utah State Aggies will hurry to the line here on 1st and 10 from their own 28-yard line. And this play is going to be a quick RPO out to the receiver, and woo! Make a man miss, and he will pick up the 1st down. Barnes takes the snap again. He'll step back to pass, and he's going to step up and run this one, and he's got a lot of space, and this will be down to the 3-yard line. And after a short run on 1st and goal, Barnes takes the snap. He's going to roll out to the right, and he's going to pitch it, and Miles is open, and Davis scores the first touchdown for the Aggies here, and that will give them a 7-3 lead here in the 2nd quarter. After the extra point, Utah State has this one set to kick off, and they will send this one back to the Bulldogs. Warner finds his man over the middle. This one will be tackled short of the line of the game, and he'll bring it to 3rd and 1. And we're going to see the Bulldogs on a goal line set. And this one is stopped. Warner keeps the ball on a quarterback sneak, but that will be short of the line to gain and bring up a 4th down. And the Bulldogs will punt this one away with 2 minutes and 12 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Barnes will throw this one left to his receiver on an option route, and that one's pulled down. That'll get the Utah State offense to the 50-yard line, and what a catch with pressure behind him. And Fresno State will save the 2-minute warning here after that play as they call their first time out of half. On 3rd down, Barnes is going to get this one out to a receiver on a comeback, and this one is not caught. He will drop this one and bring it a 4th down. The Aggies are going to send the offense back out onto the field on 4th and 4. Barnes takes the snap and steps back, and it is caught, but it's short of the line to gain, and that'll be a turnover on downs here with 1 minute and 30 seconds to play. Holmes will beat his man around the edge here on 2nd down, and Warner is just going to throw this one away. That last catch will give the Bulldogs a 3rd and 6 here with a minute to play. And they will hand this one off to Gilliam again. He walks to the middle of the defense for a first down. Fresno State will call their second timeout of the half here with 38 seconds remaining. And on second down, Warner gets this one out to the right, but it is dropped, and that will bring up a 3rd and 6. On third down, Warner will dump this one off on the screen. But the defense is there to make the stop, and this will bring up a 4th and 4 with 20 seconds remaining in the half. And Fresno State will score their second field goal. And our score now before the half is Fresno State 6, Utah State 7. And that's going to do it for our first half here in Fresno in our second elimination game of this 2026 Pac-12 Double Elimination Tournament. And here we'll get to take a look at our offensive numbers for the first 2 quarters, as the road team will go into the locker room with a 1-point lead. Fresno State's Dylan Lynch has this one lined up, and he will kick it off, and we are underway in the second half here. The Aggies offense gets this drive going with another carry to Davis, and he is making dudes miss, and he carries this one down to the 45-yard line. Barnes takes the snap and sees the pressure, and he tries to step up, but he'll be sacked, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 14. After that sack, he'll take the snap again. He steps back, and he is brought down again, this time by the edge defender, and that will give them a 4th and 23, and they will have to punt this one away. After that punt, the Fresno State offense will take over at their own 36-yard line, and Warner will take the snap, and he gets this one out quick to Jordan again. And there's his favorite target that picks up the first down here. And on their first 3rd down of the half, Warner will take the snap. He steps back looking for his receiver to the left, but this one will be short of the line to gain. And Fresno State will send out their kicking unit. But this is going wide left, and it will be no good. And our score remains Utah State 7, Fresno State 6. This first pass falls incomplete for Utah State, but they'll follow it up with a handoff to Davis to the right, and he has got space in front of him. There's nothing but green grass and one defender, and he is down to the 10-yard line. He breaks a tackle, breaks another, and he is down. And he may be in for a touchdown after a huge run. Oh no, they called that down to the 1-yard line. Coach Bronco Mendenhall is definitely going to challenge this one. And they're saying he went down at the 1-yard line. But either way, that was a huge run for the Utah State Aggies and Miles Davis. As that 60-yard carry in our biggest play of the game so far takes them down to the 1-yard line in incredible scoring position. I'm not sure what the officials are looking at there, as they rule this one short of the end zone. But the Aggies have this one on the 1-yard line and hand it off to Davis, and he will power through the defender and carries this one for another Utah State Aggies touchdown. And we will be looking at a 14-6 game here with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. Brown has this one lined up to kick off, and Fresno State will have the ball again here after this return. And they'll get this drive going here with another run to Gilliam to the left, and he'll be tackled for no gain. Warner finds Avid here on the curl route. He pulls this one in, and that will give Fresno State another first down. Warner takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, then he'll dump this one off to Donaldson off to the left. But he's going to step out of bounds, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Fresno State will send out the goal line package here in short yardage, and this time Warner's going to get it on the quarterback sneak. And with the running clock here, Warner won't get the snap off, and that'll take us to the end of the 3rd quarter, and we are 1 away here in our 2nd elimination in the 2026 Pac-12 Double Elimination Tournament. And we'll take a look at our offensive stats here through 3 quarters as our score remains Utah State 14, Fresno State 6. Warner gets this 4th quarter started with a pass underneath on the crosser to Jordan Malu'ulu. Now on 3rd down, Warner gets this one complete out to the left, and that'll pick up a 1st down. Fresno State will call another screen pass, and this one is blocked perfectly. The man is carried out of bounds. And Gilliam carries this one down to the 12-yard line after making a few men miss. Warner dumps this one off left again to the tight end, and he makes a man miss, and he will carry this one down to the 2-yard line. And that'll give Fresno State a 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. Warner will take the snap and hand off to Donaldson, and he will power through 2 defenders as he carries this one for Fresno State's 1st touchdown. And they will leave the offense on the field here to go for 2. And this is another carry, and it will be stopped. And our score now is Utah State 14, Fresno State 12. With 6 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter, Fresno State will kick this one off. And Utah State's return man will take this one, and he's got some space, and he's blocked, and he's got a lane. He's going to take this one to the left, and he is knocked out at the 50-yard line. Utah State will take her on offense with incredible scoring position. Barnes takes the snap, and there's pressure in his face, but he gets this one out on the screen to Miles Davis. And Davis will carry this for a 5-yard gain here. The Aggies are in clock management mode as they hand off the ball twice, but on 3rd down, Barnes can't lead his receiver enough, and this will fall incomplete, and they will send out the kicking unit. But this one will be good, and it will give Utah State a 17-12 lead here with just over 3 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. Warner finds his tight end wide open here on the dump off on the left side. He will carry this one for a big gain in the 1st down. Gilliam will be pushed out of bounds, but there's also an injury on the play, and this could be costly for Utah State here down the stretch. After the 2-minute warning, Fresno State will have the ball at their own 42-yard line with 2 minutes to play, and this one is caught for a 1st down. After this carry, Fresno State calls their 1st time out of the half, and they will have 2 remaining with 1:40 to play. Clock stops after that 1st down catch, but Warner will hurry the offensive line here. So they're looking at another 1st down with 1:30 to play. And this whip route gets wide open, and he will carry this one around the edge, and he's got a ton of space. And he'll be tackled just around the 16-yard line. Warner takes the snap, no passing. Oh! That could have been a game-ending interception there, but it will fall incomplete. And they'll have a 2nd and 10, and Warner dumps it off on the screen, and he's got a ton of space. Utah State will call a timeout with 1:15 to play. Fresno State will call another screen pass here, and an offensive line will get downfield. Donaldson cuts it back, and he will pick up a 1st down just outside the 5-yard line. And with just over a minute to play, Utah State will call a timeout. Werner takes the snap and stands in the pocket before looking out to the right, and he finds Gilliam. And Gilliam will carry a defender in for a Fresno State touchdown. And with that touchdown, they will retake the lead here with just over a minute to play. And what a huge game changer here late in the fourth quarter. And with a 1-point lead, Fresno State will again leave their offense on the field to attempt the 2-point conversion. And Werner will take the snap, and he looks left and he finds his man on the slant, and that is complete and good for a 2-point conversion. And our score now with a minute left in this game is Fresno State 20, Utah State 17. And Jacobs will return this one, and we'll cut it back inside and have it down to the 30-yard line. Barnes will take the snap here, and he steps back and fires to the right. And this will be caught by Boyd, and he will step out right at the 50-yard line. Barnes will take the snap, and he steps back in the pocket, getting ready to take a shot here, and it's complete. No! It's tipped! And it will be intercepted by Fresno State with 30 seconds to go in this one. And all they have left to do is kneel this one out, but what a huge play by Fresno State's Cameron Braca. The pass was broken up by Alzillian Hamilton, but Braca brought that one in, and that will seal Fresno State's win here on a pass that would have gotten Utah State down to the red zone. But instead, it will be an interception, and that is going to be it for the Utah State Aggies in this one, as they will be eliminated with their second loss today. But with this QB kneel, Fresno State will survive and advance, and in their next game, they will be facing either our favorite in the Boise State Broncos or the Texas State Bobcats, who will be traveling to face them next Thursday. But that's going to do it for us here in Fresno. Thank you for watching, and if you made it this far in the video, please like, share, and subscribe to see the remainder of our Pac-12 Double Elimination Tournament. And check out some of our other videos as we post gaming highlights every day from some of our favorite titles from the past 30 years. This has been the Late Stage Gamer, but with that, let's get out of here.